everyone, how's it going? Matthew Bailey Media here, and welcome back to another 2022 movie review, and this time it is going to be on a movie that I was surprised it still ended up coming out. It's been almost 15 years, I think, since the original came out, and gotta say I'm really excited about reviewing this movie, and that is the sequel of Disenchanted. Yep, this is the sequel to the iconic film Enchanted, Disney's Enchanted, that is, and it stars Amy Adams as Giselle, and of course Patrick Dempsey as Robert from New York, and James Marsden as Prince Edward, and even the iconic Elsa herself, Idina Menzel, as Nancy. And it takes place a few years later when the young daughter of Patrick Dempsey's character, Morgan, is a teenager. And she's grown distant from Giselle even after being so enchanted with her in the original film. And they even move out of New York to this new small town that just opened up called Monroeville. And we see how it seems like Giselle is not quite getting connected with Morgan as much as she used to. And this is what the whole point of the story is. To where not only does Giselle kind of end up messing things up a little bit more for her and Morgan, but she ends up doing what she feared the most when she was living in Andalasia, becoming an evil stepmother to Morgan. As we see in the trailer, she does end up kind of becoming an evil stepmother to Morgan, and it's Morgan's responsibility to help fix what she's done. That's why I say what she's done, because this whole movie, even though it's mainly originally starred Giselle in the first movie, this movie kind of explores Morgan's story now, on how she becomes a lot like Giselle was when she was growing up. And she realizes how much it means to truly live a fairy tale life, and that she always bragged about when she was a little girl. And like I said, this movie is insane. There were a few things I was expecting to happen, but it turns out they didn't happen the way I thought they would. But I was pretty surprised by it. And I still think out of all the characters, it still feels like Edward is the only one who didn't change in their looks. I mean, he may have gotten a little bit bigger in his chin, but that's about it. Everybody else looks like they've legit changed in their looks. And I was really surprised by it. And I gotta say, the villain of the movie is not what you expect. And like I said, the whole evil stepmother thing does kind of take part in this, but again, there is a villain in this movie. It's just not who you would expect. And I gotta say, after so many years since the last movie came out, this movie still does well. And plus, I think this is the first time you actually hear Idina Menzel as Nancy singing like she does as the iconic character we all know her from as Elsa from Frozen. Like I said, she never sang in the first movie, but in this movie she actually did sing. And I love how she channeled her inner Elsa in this movie. And the iconic singing voice, and I mean, it says it all. And I will say, I am so glad that I know it took a few years for this movie to come out, but hey, it's worth it. The way they told the story, and especially how it transitions from Giselle to Morgan, learning how to still be a child even though she's a teenager, and explore her imagination. I do love how well this movie ended up telling Morgan's story. Even though it's supposed to be featured around Giselle, I mean, it kind of was. And I am so glad that they told this story. Not sure if they're ever going to come up with another story to possibly change things, but I'm really excited that I got to see this movie, even if it was on Disney Plus, unfortunately. I still feel like this movie deserved to be a movie that was released in theaters, because it's a lot more action-packed, it's more thrilling than the original. And that movie got released in theaters a long time ago. Now, again, I will say, I think the main reason why they chose to put this movie on Disney Plus was because of something that happened about 2 years ago and is still kind of affecting our world today. Not going to say what it is, but we all know what that situation is. But I will say it's definitely a must-see on Disney Plus. Now for my rating of the movie. So for my rating of Disenchanted, I know that the title makes you feel like you would be disenchanted with the film, but I still feel like it has the heart and soul, possibly even more of that in this movie than it did in the original. So much more thrilling sequences, a lot of moments that make you cry. I mean, I did cry a little bit. But anyways, I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 5. Yep. 4 out of 5. I did not think I was going to give the movie this rating. Like, I think if I had to give the first movie a rating, it would be 3.5. But this movie definitely surpassed the original. Didn't think that would happen, but it did for me. So that's all for now in this movie review. And as always, I will see all you guys in the next video.